Greetings lords and ladies, welcome back to the channel. Today we are on part 2 of my Watch Dogs Legion playthrough in post-Brexit London. Let's get right to it. So our good friend Joe was tasked with sneaking into the Royal Courts of Justice in search of evidence incriminating Albion for their misdeeds and such. I used their own cameras to track the movement of their soldiers. For a security company, Albion's cybersecurity leaves a lot to be desired. That's some ironic humour for you. I proceeded to use real SAS tactics to infiltrate the building, climbing up the staircase entirely unnoticed by the idiots patrolling the grounds. They were oblivious to how truly beaten they were. It turns out I didn't scout the area very well because the control panel I needed to use was on the opposite side of the courtyard. After gently persuading the guard to let me pass, I hacked the panel and entered the secure room to collect the evidence. Clearly I was a master of stealth to the point my glimmering, ultra-reflective coat did not reveal my position as I was sprinting around the courts. My next stop was Camden High Street, where DedSec needed an Albion propaganda billboard hacked. Of course, Joe has ADHD, you see, so he got sidetracked, and we ended up harassing a seagull in Camden Lock. After I was bored of doing that, I went for a quick swim in the canal, not only to keep Joe hydrated, but to ensure that corrupt police officials wouldn't touch me, as I definitely picked up several diseases. I was disappointed in the accuracy of Camden Town tube station. The game made it look far cleaner than it is in real life, and there wasn't a single person jumped up on bath salts trying to steal my kidneys with a plastic spoon they had taken from a local kebab shop. To get to the billboard controls, I had to climb a pipe, which, now I think about it, I'm pretty sure is quite against most union health and safety regulations, so I was beginning to question whether Joe was who he claimed to be at all. But with the state of London, I couldn't afford to be picky. Once the billboard had been hacked, I almost came to regret my participation because Albion clearly had a greater eye for style than DedSec. These guys couldn't even be bothered to use consistently sized lettering. Not in my Britain. Not in my Britain! You could tell the development team over at Ubisoft designed the map based on Google Maps satellite images, because once you entered the tube stations they were copy and pasted ticket halls without a single member of staff in sight. St. Pancras International was much more fleshed out, and even had the second underground station entrance inside the building. Again, it was a lot cleaner than in reality. After sticking the final nail in the coffin for Albion's influence in the borough of Camden, the people rose up with a fireworks display and some applauding. What better way to show the authorities who's boss than by causing absolute havoc to the local environment? Joe proceeded to go mental and tried to sign up for a position at Albion, so I switched swiftly to the newbie, Diane Ganguly, whose name is either a joke or the best possible outcome of the procedural generation algorithm. No longer bound by trade union safety regulations, I took a flight on a cargo drone to a nearby Clan Kelly hideout. Clan Kelly is a large gang that are seemingly allowed to operate in London for some reason. I didn't want to ask questions. All I wanted was those sweet tech points and to enact social justice on anyone in that building who refused to recognise my gender being a cargo drone. I used some high IQ plays to knock out half of the compound with various electronic devices that I had found dotted around, before nicking a large amount of money from their safe. The password was Shillelagh. Sheer brute strength was all that was needed to take down the final gang member. Are you serious? My next mission tasked me with infiltrating the Ministry of Civic Management, which is not a real place. That building that I went into is a shopping centre. But enough about that, I had to collect some more data on Albion. This is all you do in this game. Whilst I scoured the grounds with my little spider friend, I couldn't help but stand back, aghast at the fact no one had seen this very large, loud drone hovering overhead in broad daylight. To finish off the session, I assaulted a woman with a taser outside of a Clan Kelly hideout. I punched a drone with my bare fist out of pure spite. I caused some large explosions. I took some steroids and one arm flipped a lady. I accidentally shot some lovely bystanders and gave a depressed gentleman a much needed hug. And bang! We recruited a random builder guy. Great success.